All stations, stand by for an incoming radio transmission.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, guys. Bob K6UD8. Oh, man. Why does it do this? I have to go in here and hang on here. Everything has to get muted. Mute all those things so I can get to all the chats, but they're not repeating everything in my ear. Good morning. We have everything. Looks like it's up and running. All the good stuff. Smash those thumbs up, my friends. Good morning. Like I said, I'm Bob K6UDA. Today we're gonna do we called an audible. Jeff was going to do his medical thing today, but I think he'll do it next week. Today, hang on here. Let's get rid of all of this for the moment. And we'll go to our two-shot. Jeff is here, just barely. What's happening, brother?
Barely.
What's happening?
Not a lot. Just feeling really tired and lazy today.
Okay, well, that's normal. Winter in Florida.
That's right.
So are your snowmen melting in the noonday sun?
Yeah, what is it? It's 67 degrees right now. So it's a little chilly.
Like a heat wave.
Oh, I had to put on my mucklucks and winter coat to get over to the office.
I bet. Well, so because Jeff is feeling a little bit under the weather, we're going to call an audible. And let me pull that back up. We'll pull the lower third off because we can do that. And today we're going to talk about training during the winter. And one of the big things when we're training during the winter is we're going to talk about all these indoor trainers. We're going to be talking about using your real guns, being able to train inside, and it gives you a sense of realism. And it can build some serious skills. And I think, let me see, I got to go back to that and that. And good morning. Oh, yeah. Jeff is in the new studio. Yes, Jeff is in his new studio. Actually, he just put out last night. He put out a video on his IFAC, and that's what he was going to talk about today. But he's kind of on the sick, lame, and lazy list. And so, you know what? It's me again. I'm doing something. I think this will be fun. We're going to talk about tactics and training and everything. But I do. I really, really want you guys to hit that thumbs up button right now. I've got one thumbs up on YouTube. I don't even know. It looks like, there's only 3 people on YouTube. Whatever. That's why we kind of do the warm up here, a couple minutes. It gives Jeff and I a couple of minutes to work out any of the bugs. And if you've never live streamed before, there's always bugs. Something isn't going to work. A microphone isn't going to work. The remote the remote hosting thing isn't going to work. It'll be something every single time. And Jeff is now really learning this from doing your own show, aren't you?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
Jeff is thinking, what the heck is he volunteering for?
Well, it's kind of like, well, now you're doing your own show, and you're doing pre-production, post-production, post-production. You're doing it all. And you kind of
Yeah,
start to go, wow, why am I doing this?
yes. I'm like, I don't, I saw the allure before. I don't feel it anymore. The allure is gone. It's
I
work,
I don't blame you.
but it's a
It
hobby.
it's a
It's
lot
a
of it's
hobby.
a
It gets my mind off of work. Gets my mind off of work.
there you
Gets me to
go.
just think about other stuff. It's a hobby, but man, it is like a second job.
It really is. And and I love it. I mean, I've loved doing the ham radio videos for wow, it's been close to 10 years now. Um it'll be 10 years in January because that's when I retired and I put out my first K6 UDA video was January of 2016.
You didn't put a video out until after you retired?
I didn't.
Wow.
No, I was, I mean, I was doing the work thing and kind of busy with that, and I didn't really think about it. And then I pulled the pin and I went, wow, I really want to do something new. I don't want to just sit around and become an old man.
Right.
So that's what I did. Um, let's see. Anybody got anything in the chats? Oh, let me pull up my chat window here. Ah, yes, we do have things in the chat over here. Let's see. Miko Wolf is in the house. And it's 26 degrees. I get that's in New York. Um, feels like 16. We got about 2.5 of snow. We carry in central New York. Whew. Wow. Yeah, it's actually been very, very nice out here. Unseasonably warm this last week. It's been getting up to about 60. And Terry's in the house. Good morning, Terry, on YouTube. Um, yeah, like I said, Terry and I went shooting yesterday, and we were working on some skill building stuff. Terry was trying to break in a new little tennis racket that he has, and and what was I doing? I was just kind of building reps, um, doing doing kind of the usual thing. It's a lot different when you go out. We ended up shooting steel because the uh, the paper targets, the the target stands kept blowing over.
Mm.
We were putting rocks on them. We were putting all kinds of crap on them. I have sandbags, and really what I need to do is I need to fill the sandbags so I could put them all over those things and keep them from blowing over. But so we ended up just taking those down and going with steel targets. Steel targets kind of screw you up because of the spalling. Have you ever been shot by yourself, Jeff?
I have not been shot by myself, but I have been kind of close.
Terry shot me yesterday, shot me in the finger.
Nice. Nice.
And I was behind him. So yeah, the Spalling, we were at, I think we were at 10 or 15 yards, 10, 15 yards, kind of a little bit offset. We do that. And then, all of a sudden, I go, ow. And I'm looking at my, and I got a piece of little sliver of metal in my finger. And I have actually been shot by Spalling metal real good. Back I was taking a class and it hit me in the head or in the face, and it was just blood everywhere. It was a tiny little nothing. It was just a nothing of a wound. Uh-oh. Did Jeff freeze? He did. Jeff froze and went away. So anyway, now I'm just talking to you guys. But we have that pretty little picture of Jeff looking at me in the mirror. Maybe he'll come back in a minute. Let's see. Russell Thomas, 54, partly cloudy in Birmingham, Alabama. Let me look and see what we're at right now. Oh, it's 34 degrees and mostly sunny here. And now Jeff just went away. Frozen in. Let me go back to here for the moment. Frozen in Florida, says KD8LGZ. And that's a relation to Jeff. So we'll see if Jeff comes back. Don't know if he's if his whole setup went kabooey. But we're gonna run over here. Let me run over here to the oh, I have gift ideas up here. Let me change that out. See, there's all kinds of things. So if that I have to do around here. So guys, here's one. If anybody is interested and you're in Idaho, I don't know. If you're an Idaho station, let me know. Let me know how many Idaho stations, and then maybe I'll put out a little. I've got a couple of things that I'm going to talk about today. Once we get started. Ooh, and we are going to get started right now. All right, let's see. Got it. All right, good morning and welcome to the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. I'm Bob, K6UDA, your net control this morning. This net meets every Saturday morning at 0900 Mountain Time on the K6UDA repeater located deep within the Southern Idaho Command in Twin Falls, Idaho. This is a digital radio net accessible via Wires X Room 40448 and YSF Reflector 40448. They're both called the Idaho Command. It's also available on the Hanson Butte 2-meter fusion repeater 145.170. Actually, I'm going to have to change that because it is on 443.750, I believe. Local hams with analog radios can also participate using the KB7 DFP repeater 442.000. I'm going to let it drop. Okay. The purpose of this net is the free exchange of information related to emergency preparedness, commonly known as prepping. We encourage deep dives into subjects related to food, water, shelter, personal protection, weapons, survival tactics, medical issues, communication gear, and techniques. I'm always looking for subject matter experts to lead discussions on all these various subjects. If you have any material you'd like to present or discuss, please indicate that you have a subject when you check in. Although not primarily political, discussion of relevant political, cultural, or religious events are welcome in the context of situational awareness and survival. Let it drop. As part of my personal protection or my personal preparedness plan, practicing for and the gathering of and dissemination of important news and information to my family, friends, and my local community is what this net is all about. So, as training, we do these sit rep or situation reports every week. While times are good, I use general news stories that I find interesting. I ask everyone here to contribute to their own stories or sit reps, especially if they are in or near an affected area of an actual emergency. And if there's anybody in the Pacific Northwest today listening, Washington, that's getting flooded, please chime in. Let us know what's going on. In order to give everyone an opportunity to be heard, I'm going to do check-ins and comments in the following order. We'll do local repeater check-ins, Wires X check-ins, YSF, and then we'll get to some live stream stuff if we can. And you're invited to check in with your first name, call sign, location, how you're getting onto the net, i.e., the local repeater, Wires X or YSF. That being said, I'm going to let it drop for a second. And then I'll call for up. Jeff's setup is dead in the water, so he won't be back. Okay. That being said, do we have any check-ins? We'll go local repeater check-ins first.
Delta Foxtrot Papa KB 7 DM9 calls, no traffic on the 442.
All right, Ken, good morning, and thanks for checking in. And I see Terry up on the board there. Terry, you want to take one? Okay. We'll continue check-ins for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. Looking for local repeater check-ins right now.
Calls, no traffic.
Okay. Looks like we're having some issues. I keep seeing Belgium coming up. Somebody in Belgium was keying up, but I got no audio. And I did see KJ7RAR. KJ7RAR, are you copying me?
Yeah, I hear you now. I didn't hear a second ago, so try again.
All right. I'm copying you now. Slight delay because I'm on the Sky Bridge. So, and then I hear the local repeater going off in the background over there. And then I did hear Ken. And Terry, I know Ken doesn't have any traffic. Terry, do you have any traffic for us?
you mentioned Washington. Really, just you mentioned Washington State, and it sounds like they're Washington's way to the ocean. That's not all I have for you today.
All right. We keep seeing. All right, let's go to Wires X. Wires X check-ins. Come now.
Traffic.
All right, I just saw KE7 RIP on the board, and I got one word out of that. Try again. All right, Jason, you want to give it a shot again? Okay, man, we're having issues with the radio today, I guess. K6UDA. This is K6UDA for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. Let me just open it up at this point, and I'll just take check-ins, anybody, anywhere.
This is ST in Medford, no traffic, and that open spot you see on your screen, Bob, on my screen it shows that he's from Belgium, and he's tried, I don't know if he's trying to get in and check in, or if he's causing problems or what, but it's a Belgian station that every time you see the open spot on your screen, it's coming in from Belgium, over.
Yeah, I saw that, and I figured somebody was trying to get in, and there was just something weird going on. Don't know if that was coming in on YSF, or actually through the YSF, or if it was on Wires X. But and I copy no traffic from you, right?
Yep, roger that. Just sit back and listen. Have a good day.
All right. Thanks for checking in. Looking for check-ins for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. Come now. Okay. Whoop.
Foxtrot Zero, Oscar Hotel uniform. This is Sean from Minnesota.
All right. Good morning, Sean. Do you have anything for the net?
Not too much. I know Minnesota's in the news enough, and yeah, our Governor Tampon Timmy decided that the fox watching the hen house might be a good idea, so he decided to open up his own fraud investigation department, which is kind of humorous. And on the plus side, we do have more sheriff's departments that are going up against Ellison and deciding to side with ICE and go through ICE training. So we might get more law enforcement help here in Minnesota for the immigration issue that we've been fighting for a while. KF0, OHU, clear.
All right, Sean. Good to hear from you. Thanks for that information. That's interesting, and for everybody listening, throughout throughout the nation, the local sheriff's office for every county Those are directly elected officials. They're not beholden to anybody but the voters and their and their communities. So you tend to get a lot more of those guys uh, will uphold the Constitution first, and then some of them will bow to the political structure of a county or whatever after that, or their area. But good to hear that sheriffs in Minnesota are standing up and doing their constitutional duty. Looking for check-ins for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. Come now.
This is Kilo Victor 4 Sierra, KV4S in Birmingham, Alabama. Coming in over wires X.
All right, KV4S from Alabama. Do you have anything for the net?
Yeah, I have been delving into IMCOM and emergency communications on HF recently, and I've come across the AMRON group and seen Southeast Emergency Network, and it's been really interesting. If you've never participated or heard of anything like that, maybe check it out. A lot of 40 meter and 80 meter regional comms, and being able to send traffic back and forth and bulletins back and forth in times of emergency with solar power backup and emergency power, and basically focus on any infrastructure free communications to be in play if something happens. That's all I've got. I'll turn it back over to you, Bob. Great net, and I've missed a few weeks, but glad to be back today. KP4S.
All right, Russ. Thank you. Thanks for that. Good stuff to keep in mind. It's good practice, and you can make some. Hang on here.
It doesn't matter. Whatever's good for you. You have to work, so I don't know.
Hey, hon.
What?
Can you? I'm on the air.
I gotta get out of Bob's room here.
Okay. Sorry about that. Mrs. K6UDA walked in. Hope you didn't see her in her underwear. Anyway, let's, what was I saying? Oh, we're still doing check-ins for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. All right, hearing no more check-ins, we'll move right into the SITREP section of the net here. This during when I call times are good, and times are still good, as much strife as we have in this country. I would say times are still good. We're still able to move about, travel, do whatever we want. So I'm doing news stories, general news stories as practice for passing information and actual news if we didn't have another means to get it out. Let's see. First on my list for all of us ham radio operators, there is a JS8 call QSO party that started. Actually, it just started 17 minutes ago, and that runs from today and tomorrow. It's a great time to practice your digital radio skills. See where you're getting out on digital radio. I think it's all bands today because it's a QSO party, not a contest. You can do this on the work bands. Okay, in national news, and give me a second, I'm going to set my screen up here. Okay. Okay, in national news here, well, the Idaho QSO party is coming, and I have, what do I have here? Well, we're going to be doing t-shirts this year, and I don't know if I have a picture of the t-shirts. I did, and it went away. So let me, we'll go to news first. All right. President Trump signed an emergency declaration as historic flooding hits Western Washington. And we move that over. And on December 12th, President Trump signed Washington's emergency declaration authorizing FEMA to give aid for this week's destructive flooding. So the governor of Washington declared a statewide emergency on December 10th after heavy rain, wind pushed the Nooksack River to a 150-foot crest and the Skagit River to near record levels, while the National Weather Service warned that dozens more rivers would flood. About 100,000 Washington residents are facing evacuation orders amid rising waters as National Guard and rescue teams assist door to door. This is kind of a personal one for me because one of my daughters lives in Washington, and she says she's not affected yet. So, let's see. In other news, Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Sure, we've all heard that name before. He has been freed from federal immigration detention because on Thursday, District Court Judge Paula Zinnes ordered Garcia freed from immigration detention and directed Immigration and Customs Enforcement to release him immediately in Maryland. So he is walking around free, even though he is a gang member, even though he is a human trafficker, a drug trafficker, and those have been verified. But anyway, he'll be free to roam around in Maryland until he completely just disappears, I guess. Let's see. I'm gonna let it drop. Here's one. The National Rifle Association is selling off investments to make ends meet. Now, this is exclusively covered on the left. And if you're watching on the live stream, you could see I'm using ground news. And this tells me, is it left, right, center, and all this is from the left, but it is important nonetheless. National Rifle Association is burning through its investment portfolio to pay bills as legal perils increase and revenue from membership continues to decline. So they are selling off $40 million worth of stock, fixed income securities, and other holdings by the end of, oh, you see, this was like a year ago. They published it today, but everything was from a year ago. But anyway, yeah, the NRA is still having some very serious difficulties, and they actually should. You know, I'm a life member, but I haven't given them money in years because they don't do anything except take our money. Kind of like the ARRL. Okay, moving on. The U.S. Supreme Court is considering adding more gun right cases to the upcoming term, which will be next year's term. And that's because they're getting just hammered with Second Amendment cases, which is good. Hopefully they take them. Hopefully St. Thomas will influence the court enough to get some more 2A cases on the books or get them in front and grant certiorari. In Idaho news, because I do like to bring this all back to Idaho, a Representative Russ Fulcher, he's a Republican here out of Idaho. He is trying to push some deal to transfer Idaho federal land to state and local control. The problem with that I see is once it gets into state and local control, I could see Idaho selling off the land to develop big developers, commercial developers, and ruining a lot of our pristine wilderness areas. I don't think it would be a good use of our public lands. Okay, and finally, okay, we'll get back to the spud run here. We are setting up for the Idaho QSO party, which will run in March of next year, March of 2026. And I have, let's see, give me a second here. Thumbnails. Look at that. I'm going to quick look that. There we go. I came up with a new design or a updated design for the for a t-shirt for the spud run. If you're interested, especially if you're an Idaho station or you are in a club in Idaho, I'm going to be selling these things. I'm not making money off these things. It is, this is purely to get attention and to get participation up for the Idaho QSO party. Looking forward, if you're an Idaho station, to hearing you on the air. And okay, here's one. Also, if you're in Idaho, I have a tennis racket for sale. This is it. It's it's a Springfield tennis racket, and you could see it on Z Idaho. This is a local sale only. So if you're interested, thank you. Okay. I'm going to come back to the big screen here, and all right, I have no more for my sit rep section. Does anybody else have any sit reps or information for the group? Let's see. How about W6CJ? Jay in California. Do you have any California news for us? They'll sell it off to AI servers. Yeah. Okay, not hearing anything. Do we have any last minute check-ins? Okay, hearing none. I'm going to go ahead and conclude the radio portion of the net. We're going to move off and do the live stream portion. Live streams on Rumble and Rumble at K6UDA or the Idaho Preparedness Channel. It's on YouTube, Idaho Preparedness Channel, and on X. You can watch it at Grayman Survival. With that, I am going to release all of the nodes and stations to their normal ham radio use. If you have a question during the live stream, you can always get in on YSF or Wires X and ask your question live. With that, I will say 7-3, and we will see everybody on the radio next week. This is K6UDA for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. 7-3. Okay. I believe that takes care of everything. Let's see. I'm going to move that one over to here. So I have two chats up right here. And good morning, guys. Welcome back to the big show. Today, we're going to talk about gun training, winter gun training. Some of you might live in places where December, January, and February, it's 70 degrees and you go out to the range and you do your thing and no big deal. Some of you might live in colder places where it gets frozen all day long and you don't want to go out. You don't want to go to the range. You don't want to go to BLM land. You don't want to drive anywhere. Well, we're going to talk about how to keep your skills up without, number one, spending a lot of money, except for maybe your initial investment. And number two, being able to do some dynamic training exercises, say in your own home. I am going to hang on here. What can I do? Well, let me go to camera 2 here. There we go. So I have I got a bunch of stuff here. That is a red cert gun. Oh. Yeah, crap. We'll just go back to here. All right. First up, cert gun. These are fairly expensive. I've had this one forever. And they're pretty much in the Glock format. Comes with a nice weighted magazine that you can practice. You could practice your mag changes. The problem with this is if you don't carry a Glock on a regular basis, this doesn't fit in your everyday carry holster. Don't point these tennis rackets at me. There you go. It's a laser. So you can, whoop, and I don't want to mess up. I don't want to point these at you. But lasers, so you could do a lot of good training with these things. Mantis has one they just came out with called the Titan, and I forget what format that's in, but it looks like it's a smaller pistol. It might be in the form of like a SIG or something. Here's a new one that I just got. This is from a company called the Grip Trainer. I've seen these things advertised all over Facebook and everything. This is another laser trainer here, and totally inert. This is it's a 3D printed gun. Here's what I like about this. He makes, I think, 3 or 4 different models. He's got, or maybe more than that. He's got this one here, which is a staccato, and this is the staccato P. This is the format I carry a double stack 1911 on a daily basis. That's what I carry. So this enables me to put this in my everyday carry holster, in my regular holster, and I can move about the house, and I can draw, I can get off the X, I can do all the exercises I want to do, draw and fire. I can, the only thing that doesn't really work well is if I use a shot timer, because there's no pop at the end. So with no pop, the shot timer doesn't work very well. What I like about this is the fact that there's a red dot on here. You put your own red dot on. You would have to, you'll have to supply a red dot, but this comes cut for a red dot. So if you are a red dot shooter, this enables you to absolutely train like you carry. Genius thing. I would give this a 7 out of 10. Let me turn that off. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10 because of it's got a unique design. They're not cheap. This is $185, and you get these on, it's called thegripkeeper.com. This one that does the laser, $185. You can get it a little bit customized with, say, like a red trigger on here, extra $5 or something like that. And you tell them what you want it drilled for. Like here, I said, okay, I want the Hollow Sun RMR. This is a borrowed SIG Romeo that I got on here, and it fits fairly well. It works in the same pattern. I've got that hooked up, and it is I've got it all dialed in. It works really well. Next up, for those of you that want to use your real carry gun, this is my Canic. This is a battle gun for me, what I would consider a battle gun. It's a full size striker fire. I've got this all set up. Here's the cheap way to go with one of these is one of these little red dot bullets, and you just put that in. Let me. We might as well just do this. Throw that in, close it, and as long as it's cocked, boom, you get a little flash of laser light out of there. What's this on the front? This is the Mantis X, and the Mantis X runs with a companion app, and it does a whole bunch of very, very cool stuff. Hang on here. Let's look at some of the comments here. A couple of the comments. Mika Wolf says they're trying to sell land off in New York to data centers and the wildlife preserve. People in New York are fighting back. We want the wildlife preserves, not data centers. Yeah. New York, you got paintball range and tactical war games, realistic tennis rackets. Yeah, I've seen those, and I have seen how the LARPers like to play, and they think that they're doing some realistic building entries for the most part. Now there are some trained up guys that do it right, but a lot of them are making some very, very basic mistakes that if you've actually been in real training situations, if you've been in real situations, you quickly won't make those mistakes more than once. Let's see. Oh, Jeff fried his PC. Oof, that's not good. So Jeff is down for the count here today. Let's see. Laser trainers, the Mantis X. The Mantis X runs with an app. Oh, hang on. Where are you? Mantis X. I can connect it. I turn this on. It's scanning right now. And there it is. So the Mantis X, I can do a shot timer. Okay. And then I tell it, well, you know what? Let's do this real quick. You said you were streaming to YouTube too. Kiss that stream goodbye. Yeah, well, you know what? And if YouTube wants to kick me off, I really don't care. I mean, it kind of is what it is. Let's see. That one would be a camera, and I don't want it to be on a camera. I'm gonna try to get this thing hooked up here so you can be part of my deal here. Maybe. Come on. No, I don't want to. Oh, you got to be kidding. It's got to have a software update to do what I want it to do. Are you kidding me? USB capture 2. All right, well, in that case, you get to see it like this. So we will finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot, but searching for the Mantis. Oh. Oops. Didn't you turn on? Calibrating. I don't know why it's not. Now it doesn't want to turn on. Well, maybe we aren't going to do this today. There we go. Now it's on. Okay. Set down the Mantis X on a still. Got to calibrate it. And then we'll just do the shot timer. Shooter ready. And it didn't. "32 seconds. Hey, cool. Done. Let's reset it. Now here's the thing. When you're using these, every single time you have to reset it manually. If you're using a red gun, it'll reset every single time. Now, you know what? This one has like a positive trigger feel. Oh, let's just see. Nope, that doesn't trigger it. So this did absolutely trigger it at 65 seconds that time because we were playing with other stuff. So we'll stop that timer. We'll reset that timer. Reset the trigger. And it didn't work. Okay. Didn't work again. All right. Oh, it wanted me to do something else. Oh well. Done. I got the new iPhone update and it sucks. It absolutely sucks. I paid to play on YouTube. YouTube better keep him on. I'm not gonna get him. Yeah, they really don't care. Miko Wolf, they really don't care about me. Anyway, the Mantis. This is let me pull this off. This is the Mantis. Oh, K6SAL. This little guy here, that is the Mantis X, and that works for any handgun that has a rail on it. They have a new one that'll work off of the bottom, off the magazine, I believe. Steel Wolf says he is eyeing the FTX1 Optima as a new radio next year to mount in his Jeep. I'll tell you what, I'm a fan of that, especially in your case where you've got the ATAS. I think it's a great option for you there. Now, moving on. For those of you that want to play with your bigger toys, your bigger tennis rackets, like the AR tennis rackets. This is the Mantis system for the bigger tennis rackets, for the full size length tennis rackets. This replaces the entire bolt assembly of your AR. And then you plug this in, and this together, this will reset the trigger every single time. That'll reset the trigger every single time on the AR. It'll also put out that red laser, so you can do the same kinds of things indoors. You can move around realistically. You can practice. You could practice a draw and fire. And if you want to use, well, like I'm using this a lot right now, and it it does the red laser, but I can't use a Mantis with it. It's not going to. The Mantis isn't going to trigger using this, but these will, and these are about 25 bucks on Amazon. I think this one was 30. This was like 20. And they have like realistic noises. This one is like steel. And this one sounds like so I set both of them up. Whoa, what fell? Something fell off. Oh, okay. I set both of them up in the living room. And then I can do drills where I have I draw and I fire, I pick a target and I fire the laser, and I get one sound or the other. It's fun. I will do this while I'm watching TV, and I could sit on the sofa and I could work on that draw, that aim. I could stand up, I can get off the X. That's a big part of it, is to train like you're going to fight. I think it's a piece of rail with adhesive tape that you stick on the bottom of the mag if you don't have a rail on your desk cover. Okay. So then you can use that. Okay. Very interesting. Does anybody watching have the newer Mantis X? And here's the other thing that I'm looking at is getting I want to get one of the new Mantis, it's called a Titan, I believe. And let me go over here. Got nobody in there. Let me do this. Mantis dry fire, and I'm going to bring you. Nope. To desktop. 1. Where is everything? Okay. Uh-oh. Did we go? Yes. Crap. Let me close that one. Close that window. Now it should. And give me a second here, because nothing seems to be working. Ah, live television. There it is. Okay. So, give me a second. Going to desktop 1. All right, there it is. This Titan. So that's the Mantis systems. They've got. I have that. Well, it was called the Mantis X. So now they have different. It does all kinds of different stuff. Very, very good system. The Elite, for beginner to combat elite handgun, $250. Ooh. Ooh. It's a lot of money. But how seriously do you take your training? To me, my training is very important. So I'm willing to spend the money. Where is the Titan X? So the Titan, again, is it's a laser trainer. Same kind of thing as the CERT. I think it's maybe a Glock. Yeah, that's like a Glock 19. So it's a bit smaller than the CERT gun that I have. It's $200. An actual CERT pistol is going to be, I think, $400 to $500 now. I've had this one for probably 10 or 15 years. And I was never, I've never been a Glock fan. So it's been hard for me because I can't really train the way I want to train with an everyday holster because I don't have an everyday carry holster for a Glock. 80s and 90s when we had laser tag. I don't see too much of this places left. Yes, absolutely good for muscle memory. We'll put that in there. It is 100% good. All these tools, and that's what these are. These are all tools. You could find one of these on eBay for a used one for maybe a couple $100. You can pick up that Titan X for $200. This one, that I really like because it's cut out for a red dot if you're a red dot shooter. $185. So it's not a huge expense if you're serious. It is definitely an expense though. But anything that you want to do that's worth it is going to be an expense. Let's see if I can find the Grip Keeper. Let me go to. So this one has like everything. This is what he originally started with, was this grip training system. So you could squeeze that and get a better grip. He's got just the grip there. He has the grip with with the lower, just the grip part. Grip strength and training. It's a one-man operation. The guy just, he cranks them out. And now he's got He's got a training pistol, which is just a blank training pistol, which are very good for doing. Here's what I like. Let me jump over here. Here's what I like about using a red gun. I don't have to worry if this thing is loaded or not. I can have it out when the grandkids are over. And I'm not worried about it. When you're using a real tennis racket like here, everything you have to do is very deliberate. I got to make sure, okay, no mag in. But is there still something in there? Oh, yeah. Oops. Yeah, there is. I mean, it was a training round. It was a laser round, but that's what you have to contend with. If you're not absolutely, you don't make 100% sure every single time you play with this, something could happen. Something bad could happen. So you got to check that one, double, triple check every single time you handle it, which is one of the reasons I like these trainers. Now, the problem with this one, it is not weighted correctly. It is very, very light. It's a 3D printed piece of plastic. It fits my holster. Yes. The trigger is nothing more than a very simple on-off switch for for the laser. It gives you no feedback like this trigger. That gives you a positive trigger feedback, but it's still not 100% like a real trigger. Now, there was one other thing that I wanted to, let's see if I can find. Cool Fire. Have you guys ever heard of a Cool Fire trainer? Let me pull that and put that up. So, the Cool Fire system. This is that paintball green gas kind of a driven system. And again, like the Mantis system for the AR, you pull your bolt out, and they make them for pistols too. So you pull your bolt out, you pull everything out, and you're able to get realistic recoil. Well, I wouldn't say it's 100% realistic, but it is actual recoil. It is like you see on there. It cycles the system, and you're able to go ahead and do some very realistic training. I don't know if that has a laser system in it. If it does, that would be really, really cool if they can incorporate the laser system with that Cool Fire system. I think this would be a super, super winner of a platform. They're not cheap. These are not cheap. So you buy the Cool Fire system. Well, there's the Canic right there. There's right in the middle. There it is. So I could buy it for that weapon, for that system. $589, $450. if you're serious about your training, I'd like to try this and see. But it's a lot of money. And, contrary to popular belief, I am not made of a lot of money. Let's see. You could call it something bad, or the Shadow Bear says, bad or something positive, and call it an excuse to buy that new TV and brush up on your drywall patching skills. Kitty 8IOK has the smokeless range. And let's go look at that. Whoa. That went over here. Let's look at the smokeless range and see what that is. Laser ammo. So that's another laser. Okay. It's kind of like the Strikeman and a few others. Laser ammo. They have training guns, recoil enabled training firearms. Kind of what we're looking at here. So let's see. Kind of like the Cool Fire. Jeff, do you have one of these Cool Fire enabled guns? Let's see. Green gas versus CO2. See how to install and use it. They have them for the AR platforms. So that looks like another Glock style CZ Shadow for competition. From the Glock 17 and 19 to the CZ SIG P320 for law enforcement. I don't know any law enforcement that uses a 320. I think they're all using like the 228s. Let's see. So the Spider and let's see, what do they got? Recoil enabled. Oh, look at that. $425 basically gets you this laser ammo setup. Glock 17, 19s. Here's what they don't have, guys. What I don't see is a 1911 in here. Oh, yep, there it is. 2011. Huh. Of course. For my 2011, I'm going to pay an extra $20. I'm going to pay the tax. The stupid guy tax for that. But they do have it. So look at that. $730 for the AR system. Pick your poison here for buy now, real advantages. Oh, and does this do laser ammo? Works with so it's the whole system. Wow, that is freaking cool. How much? How much now? So it's a conversion barrel and laser for all of these different systems. 6 hour P320s. Glock 19s. Okay. Very, very cool. I wonder, am I still on? Are we still live on YouTube? Yes, we are. Isn't that interesting? Very cool. I like this. And Jeff, I didn't even know about it. Let's go back to here and see what the smokeless range laser ammo, smokeless range simulator. Scroll down. No, use a regular laser bullet. Look at the range that's what I want to see. Okay, let's go look for the laser trainers, targets, simulators, the smokeless range. Let's do this. Oh, there you go. Ah, look at that. The smokeless range, buy now. Ooh. So the dime, oh, $4,000. Which one, Jeff? Which one do you have? Off the main page. Very, very cool. All right, bigger money, but this really looks good, man. I think I might have to dive into this. So the gunshot box. Oh, okay. Yep. Replacement red filter for short throw camera. Basic projector kit. Basic projector kit with a laptop. This is like I went to a school TI simulators, and this is what a lot of the big training guys are using. And I went through their factory school, and this is a lot like that. This is that same concept where you could go through scenarios, actual scenarios, and shoot, don't shoot situations, video scenario trainer. Let's see what that does. Yep. So you're standing in front of your big TV screen, and we had wall size projectors that we used to use for that training. And it's kind of like, hey, oh, guy with a gun, he's pointing it at me. So you want to get him before he gets you. Very, very cool. Let's see. The smokeless range simulator. Jeff, which one did you buy? $539. So this is the one that Jeff has. And let's see. Jeff, how do you like it? Is it worth $539? You got to let me know. So anyway, guys, there's a whole bunch of training options for you. I like this. I like this smokeless range, and I get it. It's a bit on the pricey side, and you're taking up more of your resources. You know, you're going to be using your big TV if you've got one. Jeff says it's awesome. So I take his word for it that it's awesome. Cost effective, user friendly, judgmental and marksmanship calendar. So it has the bomb blast, can toss, dueling tree, target shooting, trap shooting, transitional drills, tracking drills, speed drills, and moving target. Now you see the TI system, that was a $4,000 system that I had trained on. And that would track the shooter's eyes. And so you were able to see at any when you went back through it, you could do a debrief with that system. That was really made for, for a professional setting. But you can track their eyes and you could say, okay, at this point here, this thing happened. And at this point here, the eyes track that. And at this point up here, way over here, they reacted and did it. So you could time this stuff and it would really show you some really, really good, really good feedback. Mika Wolf says, bring it back. Flashback memories. We used to have BB gun wars in the woods. You learn to duck and cover, and still got a couple of BBs in my eye. Okay. I never got a BB in the eye. Everything you read is included, and you can add more as, yeah. So they have dry fire magazines for striker fired guns to reset the trigger instead of having to rack the slide back for the laser cartridges. Wow. Very, very nice. One of the things that I have, and they only made it for a Glock, was it was a dry fire magazine that reset the trigger. And I would love to find one. I would buy one in a heartbeat if they made one for the double stack 1911. But I guess, well, I could try it with my platypus because that uses a Glock 17 mag, and I might try it. That, and I don't know where I put it. It's somewhere around here. But anyway, it's a magazine that's got a little spring thingy in it. And you put it in and it cycles the trigger and the firing pin. It resets the firing pin every time. So, that's really all I've got. Man, I think you could save a life and you could save yourself. It's worth it. Yeah. It kind of depends how much do you want to invest in your life and the life of your family? For me, if I don't have that, if I don't have my health, and plus I love to do it anyway. I love to shoot. I love to be able to use my tools. The smokeless range, I think I gotta buy it. I think this is gonna be next year's big purchase. Wow, very, very cool. Camera type, smokeless range shooting simulator with short throw camera. See, that's what I don't know which one is which. Can hook it up to the projector screen. Yeah, I don't have a projector screen anymore. Well, I never did. That was a company thing, the company that I was working with. So there is the short throw projector. It's the exact same kind of a thing. And these look like they're projected on a wall. and you use the laptop. I'm looking at this. You use the laptop and the camera projected on the wall, and it tracks everything. We had, like I said, we had another camera that was on the wall or behind here, and that would track the shooter's movements and the shooter's eyes. And I'm sure these guys probably have the same thing that you can do. Packages, so you can do. Man, this is very, very cool. Home defense with your Glock or SIG, tactical recoil training. You know, one of the big things is clearing malfunctions, getting yourself back into the fight. I have seen countless people who they try, but they're not getting back into the fight quickly. Not near quickly enough. Yeah. Wow. Recoiled advanced training laser pistol. So they have a Glock 17 and they have the M&P training guns, reel and spider kits, flash kits for, and then magazines. What do they have for magazines? Oh, look at that. Recoil enabled. Oh, green gas. 2011. Now. See now. let me go back over here. So you might have seen at the front end of the show, kind of, I've got this little tennis racket for sale. Springfield Prodigy. With 3 mags and everything. If you're on Z Idaho or Idaho Gun Trader, you could go see it on there. Because it's only here in Idaho. Hand to hand, you know, you give me, I give you. And the only reason I'm selling that one is I'm funding another venture. A staccato venture. Because again, I want the very best tools that I can carry. And I think, or I know that is a far superior EDC than the Kimber that I've got right now. Man, 1020. Does anybody else have anything? Let me pull. What do I have here? That could go away. That one can go down. And that one can go down. Got a couple of chats up. Where was brought up? You can't put a price on your family. Yep, that's it. Yeah, we'll put that up there. How do you put a price on your safety, the safety of your family? I don't know. To me, it's worth it. Lot of money. I know. It's an ungodly amount of money. But then again, you know, I mean, I buy stupid radios. I mean, I've got, you know, in here's a 705, the DX10, FTM 400. You know, out in Studio B, I've got 2 more radios out there. Expensive radios. This is more important. If I had to make a ABS, and you can add modules for a fee. You can play games, dueling trees with the Wi-Fi. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Very, very cool. I think that's on the on the ticket. Ooh, I almost forgot. They have a dry fire magazine for striker fired guns to reset the. Okay, yep. See, I hadn't even heard of those guys, and now I'm gonna have to go and put them on my wish list. Everything you read is included, and you add more as you go, and you can budget for it. And LGZ says it's fun. Set up in the basement on a projector on the wall. It's life size. It's fantastic. 23 watching, 12 likes. Yeah. We got 6 watching on YouTube with 6 likes. I haven't been over to Cool Fire. Where's how many we got? We got 25 people online right now. And looks like 14 have given a thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. Oh, that's probably the guy who's gonna go tell YouTube on me. Oh, he's talking about evil things. Oh. How about some more thumbs up, guys? That would be really nice. I'd love to get 25 thumbs up. Please help me. Yep. I don't have anything else. Does anybody else have a thing? Come on. Have anything for us today? If not, we're going to say 7-3. Use my own pistols with laser cartridges. Works great. Buying a new computer. To be ready. Jeff, isn't it wonderful being a creator? Yep. I can hook it up to the projector screen. And I see no other comments in here. I want to thank everybody for joining us this week. It's always fun. I love these ones when I kind of know what I'm. So Fire Guy's got the staccato P. I didn't know that you could get that in the Republic, in the People's Republic. Didn't know. But anyway, no, the one I ordered is the it is the HDP4. And the reason I'm getting that is the same reason I bought one of these. Because I'm a lefty. And I have set up here a left-handed mag release. So I don't have to break grip. I can change mags, where on a lot of other 1911s, most of them, including my platypus. Big reason I don't carry the platypus on a daily basis is that was the one thing they wouldn't be able to make for me was left-handed. I have to break my grip to change the magazine on the 1911. Now I have a Kimber that is that had the reversible mag release. That's what I've been carrying. It's a good system. It's not a staccato. Elio, there you go. That's it. Jeff, thank you. Jeff says good show. Thank you. Man, I wish I could put the Rumble comments directly into the stream. Just, I wish Rumble would do the whole, whatever it is. So, why don't you just fix yourself and become right-handed like my teachers did for me? Okay, here's one of my problems. I am right eye dominant. I am left-handed, right eye dominant. I can EDC right-handed. Man. Can I? Well, yeah, I can. I don't. It's not 100%. I would have to start over. I would really have to almost completely start over, and I don't want to do that. Not at 64 years old. They have come out with upper and magazine for tennis rackets. Can switch out if you use it for dry fire. Yeah. Okay. And that's really that whole laser training academy or hang on. Which one was it? Not the cool fire one. It was, there it is, laser ammo. I'm going to bookmark that right now. I'm going to add a bookmark. Boom. Because I'm going right back to that one after we get off of here. That is so cool. I didn't know that I can get that for as well. I mean, to me, that's very inexpensive. $500, very inexpensive to do that. And I think that one's coming beginning of the year. All right, guys. That's all I got. And let's see. Let's bring you down. I got you up. Can't imagine trying to change your dominant hand as an adult. Yeah. It would be very cool to be fully ambidextrous. It just isn't. I can't even hold a fork properly in my right hand. It's just, if I lost this hand, man, I'd be in a world of hurt. All right, guys. That's all I got. I will see you next week. Jeff has promised me that he will have a new computer and he will be able to do something on the medical side. As always, if you have any suggestions, things that you would like to talk about or you would like me to talk about, send me an email, leave it in the comments after the show, and we'll make it happen. Yes, my ARRL mug that when the new president of the ARRL came on board, he sent this to me. And he, he was like, hey, we want to talk and get it. And then when it came time when I said, hey, I'd like to, crickets. Crickets. Should turn our power off for 4 hours to test it. Oh, yeah. All the time. Now, when the power goes off, I stay on. We'll talk about power. All right, guys. I'm out. 7-3.